what the hell is happening in the cryptocurrency markets at this particular moment? I understand you are panicking. You are in shock because the price of BTC is absolutely dropping like crazy. Everything is down. All the altcoins are down. The gains that we made in the past few days have been erased. So what the hell is happening to the cryptocurrency markets? And is this crash going to continue? If so, how deep is the crash going to be? So basically, I'm going to be giving you exactly what I'm going to be doing because we have been nailing these trades, and you know, I am sure you are feeling a little bit you know, at least assured now that you can see my face, because come on, ladies and gentlemen, we predicted this thing. And if you did watch yesterday's live stream, right, I told you that you are supposed to be taking profits and you are supposed to be out of your position. So if you followed my advice, you should be in profits right now. You should be safe and sound, and you should be smiling at this particular moment because everything is working according to our expectations. So before I go on, let me just play you know, something from yesterday's live stream. Expect the price of BTC to come back down into this particular zone, and this is going to be an area where we are going to reevaluate the markets. Exactly, that is the area that we were going to reevaluate the markets in. So at this particular moment, right, the action that you were supposed to take yesterday was to take profit, because the previous days, right, we bought the bottom. Like 2 days ago, we bought the bottom here. I was super excited and all that stuff. You know, we went through a lot of you know, emotions, but we stuck to the game and we stuck to the rules of the book. So basically, now that we are all safe, because I believe everybody is safe. So if you are watching my video right now, please let me know if you took profit yesterday when I made this particular episode. When I told you to take profits, I hope you did so, because if you did, you should be safe and sound, because I am absolutely perfect right now, because I am in USD Tether since yesterday. Granted, we did sort of pump exceeding my expectations, right? It doesn't matter, because just like I told you in yesterday's live stream, right, if we end up pushing towards the upside, I can always get to find a re-entry. But if you end up being stuck in a bad trade, right, you're obviously going to lose your money when you try to sort of get out at a lower price, if I can put it that way. So this is one of the reasons why I always emphasize my subscribers to always take profits when it is necessary. So big shout out to other people watching me right now. How is the mood at this particular moment? So let's just take a look at the markets, because we are about to make some trading action. Of course, before we get into trading, right, before we even dare to sort of buy anything, I always keep on preaching to you guys that you need to have some sort of you know, validation points to sort of get into your trade. You need to have at least 5 reasons why you are supposed to be going into your next trade. So at this particular moment, right, we have identified that there is a downtrend. So all that we have to do is just let it play. Let the bears do what they have to do, and then whenever we are going to be having signs of reversal or sell exhaustion, that's only when we can jump back into trading. Okay, so I really hope that you guys are really getting these trading techniques, because we are doing it on a daily basis live with you. So I really hope that you are becoming better traders. So anyhow, let's take a look at the markets, because BTC is down by about 6.5% in the last 24 hours. It's down by about 14% in the last 7 days. Ethereum is down by about 10.8%, 23% in the past 7 days. Everything is absolutely going crazy. Even Solana, the mighty Solana, is down by about 11%, 15% in the past 7 days. So things are beginning to appear very weak, and there is clear buyer exhaustion, and the markets are starting to sort of go in a different trajectory at this particular moment. So obviously we're going to have lower prices, but just like I keep on telling you, there are peaks and valleys. Just because we are in a downtrend, it doesn't really mean that we are not really going to be able to like have some pullbacks. So looking at the stock markets as well, because this is very important. Okay, the past few days we heard about the Evergrande type of situation and all that stuff. So we had a pullback, right? But it seems we are getting rejected right over here as far as the S&P 500. By the way, I'm looking at the mini futures at this particular moment. So if we get the trend line right, this is a blatant, you know, easy trade. Just like I keep on telling you, right? Previous support turns into resistance. So if you really want to overcomplicate it, you can even add another horizontal line right over here. And we also have another point right over there. So these are all levels of resistances, you know, these green lines. So in order for us to maintain our bullish position, as far as cryptocurrencies are concerned and as far as everything is concerned, right, the stock markets need to reclaim this particular area and go back as far as this particular trend line is concerned, because just like you are able to see, right, we obviously broke this line of support that we were using for the past few months. You know, we broke this particular structure from all the way here. All right, so boom, let's do that. So if you take a look at this structure, right, we have been maintaining it for a very long period of time, since January, you know. So this is one of the reasons why we are supposed to be very vigilant, because the traditional markets are changing their structure and we are beginning to form different patterns as well. So you guys already know and you understand that if the stock markets or the traditional markets kind of cough, everything in the cryptocurrency markets over exaggerates and everything gets shaky as well. So while you're trading, you are supposed to be simultaneously looking at the traditional markets and just finding out exactly what is happening. So getting back to the markets, right? So let's take a look at what's happening on Cointelegraph, because I'm always fascinated by how the narrative always changes. So take a look at this. Old FUD, new BTC price dip, weeks old China crypto ban sparks 42k price drop. So it's the same regular type of stuff. It's the same narrative all over and over and over again. Okay, so old FUD, what are these guys talking about? So data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView tracked BTC USD as it abruptly fell from 45,000 to nearly 42,000. Okay, and by the way, take a look at this. Yesterday, we talked about the support turned into resistance. Okay, so all I want you to do right now is please go back to yesterday's live stream. Even though I was a little bit, you know, hangover and all that stuff, but we did talk about these things. We did identify that the price of BTC is most likely going to face some sort of pullback or rejection. So this is clearly a rejection level at the previous support turned into resistance. So let me just grab a horizontal line and then just using simple support and resistance techniques, right? We obviously fell, or rather got rejected at that particular level. So looking at the 3-day time frame, right, this is absolutely a very strategic level where you were supposed to get your profits. Okay, and unfortunately we didn't even go as high as 46,000 or 45,500. We just unfortunately ended up being rejected by this particular support turned into resistance. So technically speaking, you were supposed to be taking your profits at this particular level. Okay, 44,600 was a great take profit level, and just basically waiting for the markets to give us some more conviction and waiting for the next play. So what we did, me and my subscribers for the past 2 days, right, when we bought the bottom, as you can see on this particular YouTube live stream that I did 2 days ago, go watch it. We bought the absolute bottom, and yesterday we sold the absolute top of this particular pullback. So we bought around this particular level and we sold right over there. For me, technically speaking, I go out pretty early because I didn't really want to risk my trades. For me, I was out around this particular area. So let me just zoom and get to show you properly. Yeah, so for me, I was out around this particular area. I was like, look, I'm not really going to risk this trade. I made a whole lot of money, jumping in around this particular area, and I'm not going to get greedy. So this is one of the reasons why you have to be disciplined. I always talk about managing your risk to reward analysis, and not being greedy. Of course, not being greedy comes with time. The more trades you take, the more mistakes you make, the more you realize what not to do, the easier it's going to be for you to sort of be strict on yourself. So this is one of the reasons, even though the price did end up pumping, it only took like a few more hours, and I was looking at the price and saying, look, I could have benefited from this particular price pump. I didn't really get to utilize and maximize my profits. But it doesn't matter, because the moral of the story is we knew that we were going to come back to about 42,500. This was my target. And just because, I had 42,500 as my buying area, right? I shouldn't have gone into 42,500 unless I got those validating reasons to enter into a trade. So just because we are below 42,500, right? This was like a rough overview where I was expecting the price to kind of go, okay? And at this particular moment, right, the price is around 40,989, 41,000 US dollars, and I still didn't get into the trade. But the reason or the action that really helped me avoid this particular dump is because I was expecting lower prices. So to me, the price going to 40,000, the price going to 38,000 is an added bonus, because I was in USD Tether from around this particular level and I dodged the bullet. So this is one of the reasons why I keep on saying, please, you need to take some profit. So big shout out to everybody watching me right now. In case you've got any other questions and contributions, let me know in the comment section below. So now a lot of you guys are going to be wondering and saying, look, what are we supposed to be doing at this particular moment? Yes, BTC did drop. Yes, there's a little bit of FUD here and there. So what are we supposed to be doing? Well, the answer to that question is, yesterday you should have taken profit immediately as soon as you heard me give you an explanation. If you did that, right, you wouldn't be worried at this particular moment. But I understand you didn't take action, and you're probably stuck in some trades, and you're probably regretting. So what is the next step for you? Well, if I were you, I would probably wait for the price to kind of have a little bit of a pullback, because you do not want to get out of a trade when you are in a downtrend. And what usually happens is, if there is like an aggressive downtrend, there is impulsive moves towards the downside, right? What usually happens is there's always going to be like a pullback. There's always going to be an opportunity to get a fair or rather higher price. So I would wait for a slight pullback and then take a look at the rejection or the exhaustion of that pullback, and then go back into USD Tether, wait for lower prices, and then just recoup back the money that I lost. That's what I would definitely do. So at this particular moment, I'm going to be looking for signs that really show me that the bears are kind of losing the momentum. So at this particular moment, we are having like impulsive selling orders, and the sell pressure is like pretty steep at this particular moment. However, we are going to use the technique that we used a few days ago. About 2 days ago, 48 hours ago, ladies and gentlemen, only 48 hours ago. We're going to use the same technique in order for us to identify where the bulls are beginning to step in, because the only way that you get to make money when it comes to like trading is getting to identify the end of a current trend and the beginning of a new trend. This is the only time that you're going to be able to like squeeze the most amount of juice. So anyhow, so let's take a look at BTC at this particular moment, because we are at a very nice area, and I'm beginning to see a little bit of bull action. We are beginning to see some bulls take control. But first of all, let's take a look at the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is slightly showing us some signs of a reversal. So let's flip over to the Heikin-Ashi. Okay, Heikin-Ashi shows us that we are beginning to form this cluster of bullishness kinda, but we need to wait for higher time frames. All right, we need to wait for higher time frames to give us some validation and some trade confirmation. So at this particular moment, perhaps we are going to have like a mini pullback, and then we continue dropping down, because this is going to form a bearish slug like that. So if that happens, you guys already know how the cookie crumbles. We're going to end up continuing towards the downside. So at this particular moment, right, we are beginning to see early signs of potentially bulls stepping in. Okay, and I'm not really going to jump into the trade because it's too early. It's too early. Like, that was a very aggressive move. And you guys already know, when we have an aggressive move, there's always a continuation towards the downside. So I'm not really going to, jump in unless I get 5 more confirmations and 5 more reasons to sort of validate my entry. So yeah, let's take a look at where BTC sort of ended up correcting and finding support. So this particular area is very important. Let's get the horizontal line. Yeah, this particular area here, because as you can see, before we ended up reversing, right, the price found support here. So 40,600 is a very, very crucial area, and we do not need to see the price get lost there. Okay, so whatever happens today, at least we need to close above 40,600. So as you can see, right, before the pump, we kind of had like a sharp reversal right over here. So somebody somewhere is keeping tabs on this particular level. Somebody somewhere is controlling this area. Okay, they are controlling 40,600. So this is one of the reasons why you have to keep an eye and look out for 40,600 and see how the price is going to behave around this particular level. But right now we are beginning to see a few reasons to jump back into some trades. But am I going to take this risk? Hell no. I'm going to wait for some more confirmations, because I usually have about 5 confirmations. So right now we only have confirmation 1. So if you guys really want to find out other confirmations that I use before jumping into a trade, you can always email me. You can always be part of my one-on-one consultations and one-on-one trading lessons. And by the way, I have a Patreon group, Patreon/Beyond10x, where I get to give you buy and sell orders, buy and sell entries for different cryptocurrencies and different alternative cryptocurrencies and a whole lot more powerful stuff, because we really do this for real. So yeah, go to Patreon/Beyond10x, be part of my Patreon, and you guys are going to be able to like make easy amounts of money. So take a look at this. We are seeing the prices kind of slightly reverse, but are we going to jump back into this particular trade? Hell to the end. We're not going to go back into this trade. It's too early. It is too early. So I'm looking forward to seeing some more bullishness on the 4 hour, because if you look at the grand scheme of things, right, especially looking at the 4 hour, the 4 hour is absolutely nasty. Woo! You need to have something like this, okay, where you have the 4 hour dipping, and then you have like some green candles coming through, and then finally you've got like the last move. Okay, that's only when you get in. At this particular moment, if you are going to be buying back right now, I'm telling you, that's a recipe for disaster. You are definitely going to get chopped up. So John Ebanks says hello John Ebanks. Christine DY says, hey Mona, what percentage of your portfolio did you set aside to hodl? So Christine, I didn't touch 75% of my portfolio. I was only trading with 25% of my portfolio the past few days. Like ever since I told you to get in around this particular level, I was only risking 25% of my portfolio, because I need to make some money, and I also need to like make some side income or something. But 75% of my portfolio is absolutely safe in USD Tether, because I am expecting the price of Bitcoin to go to 20,000 to about 24,000 before the end of October. So by 31st October, right, we're obviously going to see extreme cheap prices of Bitcoin and altcoins as well. So that's when I'm going to be sort of using my whole portfolio and just going crazy with it. So when it comes to like generating or rather flipping on or you know, scalp trading, at this particular moment I'm only using 25% of my portfolio, and within that 25 I am dollar cost averaging by 10%. Okay, so I'm doing 10% until I get to you know, utilize my whole portfolio, my trading portfolio that is, which is only 25% of it. So yeah, at this particular moment we are looking slightly bullish on the small time frame, but you have to remember that this is an extreme small time frame. You can't really use 10 minutes to sort of make your trading decision, because it's a very insignificant time frame. What you need is you need to have bigger time frames, at least 1 hour, at least 4 hours, and you have to wait for the 4 hour you know, trend to come to an exhaustion like this. This was the perfect trade, and the reasons why we took this easy trade right over here, right, is because we were tracking it. So at this particular moment, the 4 hour is just beginning to form an aggressive move towards the downside. So if you really want to like find an exit, best believe use the smaller time frames such as the 10 minutes or the 1 hour. So let's say for example on the 1 hour we slightly push and we pump towards this level, 42,500 or 43,000, right? Then you can probably sort of think about exiting and you know, expecting the price to kind of continue towards the downside. But hey, we might never know. Maybe this was just like a huge shake out to confuse and manipulate everybody, right? And maybe we're going to continue pushing towards the upside. Maybe this could happen. We could end up pushing towards the upside and then breaking above this particular area that we had and go to about 50k. Nobody really knows, and we don't really care. We do not really care, to be honest, because by the time that particular situation happens, we're either going to be in a position or out of the position, and we're going to do what is likely probable to happen. So this is one of the reasons why I never really get infatuated with extreme, you know, long-term price predictions, because between now and then there's going to be a whole lot of you know, obstacles, and there's going to be a whole lot of uncertainties as well. So this is one of the reasons, if you really subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch most of my episodes, I always give you a time frame for trades, because time frames allow you to take action, and they sort of make you to have some sort of discipline and be strict with your trades. So for me, being very long term, like thinking about, I don't know, the next 2 weeks, it's very unproductive and it doesn't really serve any purpose. So to me, what I'm going to be looking forward to is seeing how the price is going to interact and sort of manipulate itself, and just basically get to use more confirmations. Because the reasons why I have certain time frames is because I need to have validations. I need to have confirmations before going to any trade. If I'm going to be longing, right, I'm always going to be thinking, hey, look, since you are about to find like a longing opportunity, so what 5 reasons are you taking this long trade? Is it because of you know, the RSI? Is it because of the MACD? Is it because we broke resistance? Is it because we are above a certain threshold? So those are the different types of you know, validations that I usually look forward to, and before taking in any trade, I make sure that I've got like 5 things that are you know, sort of convincing me to take a trade, if I can put it out that way. So anyhow, yeah, let's continue reading this amazing piece of story. So the knee-jerk move came as a memo from China's central bank The People's Bank of China, PBOC, began to circulate online, criminalizing practically all cryptocurrency activity except possession. As commentators noted, however, the PBOC originally released the updated guidance on September 15th, but posted online today. Nonetheless, what has now become a classic source of BTC price pressure, FUD over Chinese bans, was quick to take its toll on the market sentiment. So Molly says PBOC's announcements about ban crypto worldwide, widespread today was announced on 15th September, but got posted online today. So my question to you is, why are these people getting to post today? You know, why are they posting it online today? Was it because today's price action was much more likely to cause a ripple effect? And this is one of the reasons why I always hate fundamental analysis, because fundamental analysis always makes you late for the party. You are always late for the party. The reason why we got out of yesterday's trades or the trades before that, right, is because we saw what was happening with the prices, and we saw that there was a little bit of buy exhaustion, and we had like a target in terms of the previous support. So if we knew that, right, learning about the Chinese government, or rather bank ban on cryptocurrencies, was irrelevant, because we didn't need to read and get to find out about that fundamental news that kind of had a ripple effect on the market. So this is one of the reasons why you have to really know and understand how to take advantage of technical analysis. And this is where I come in, ladies and gentlemen. Send me an email, book those consultations, and you guys are going to be very good to go with your trades, and you're going to be able to make a whole lot of money and be part of my Patreon group as well. So let's continue. Markets are always reacting so heavily to FUD. Impressive. Cointelegraph contributor Michael van der Poop reacted. Similar reactions had come about as a result of the alleged impending failure of the Chinese property giant Evergrande. This having been a niche topic for a significant period of time before mainstream media attention sparked knock-off effects across the cryptocurrency and traditional markets. Altcoins suffer with Ethereum under $3,000. Altcoins, meanwhile, joined Bitcoin in shedding value following the China narrative returning. Ethereum was down over 7% at the time of writing, having lost the 3,000 support line once more. The top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap traded up 9% lower on hourly time frame. So, the news continues doing what it does as far as creating narratives, and as far as validating certain technical analysis type of situations. So what else is happening? What's the SEC talking about this time around? Securities Exchange Commission is open to discussion when it comes to crypto. Kraken chief lawyer says. Kraken's Marco Santori points to the adversarial stance taken by some crypto firms towards regulators. Amid a fraught period of some high-profile United States crypto firms and financial regulators, Kraken Chief Legal Officer Marco Santori is calling for a dose of pragmatism going forward. Speaking on Bloomberg's Quick Take stock broadcast on Thursday, Santori told viewers, "You're living a fantasy world if you don't believe that this industry is going to face heavier, more Wall Street-like regulation from governments in the US and abroad." Santori's comments follow threats by the US Securities and Exchange Commission earlier this month to sue the well-known crypto exchange Coinbase over a crypto yield program the commission deemed to be a security. The move sparked the exchange's CEO, Brian Armstrong, to adopt a combative and resistant stance on social media, although the exchange has since announced it will scrap the program at issue in line with the SEC's wishes. Oh my god, I'm so terrible when it comes to reading. Like, I need some reading classes. But it doesn't matter, because we absolutely do not need reading. We only need to understand the technical analysis part of cryptocurrency. That's it, and then we are going to be good to go. So anyhow, let me take a look at your comments. Tony Black says check the Patreon link, it's not available. Greetings. So the link is right over here, patreon.com/beyond10x. okay, so the link is in the description if you really want to be redirected immediately. So check the link in the description of this live stream. I'm probably going to pin it as well. It's patreon.com/beyond10x. What else? Jeff says you say 20,000 Bitcoin by the end of October, then 20 seconds later you say it could check out and it could go higher. So Jeff, you do not understand. You do not understand. It's all about probabilities, okay? There is let's say a 40% probability that we can go to $20,000 per BTC, but that is not yet confirmed. And this is one of the reasons why I talked about confirmations. We're only going to be able to go between 20,000 to 24,000 US dollars if we end up going into this particular triangle. Whenever you see Bitcoin going back into this particular level, let me show you this particular level, right? I've explained this 1,000 times. If you see Bitcoin going back into this particular triangle, this particular range, just know that there's a high probability of Bitcoin dropping down to 20,000 to 24,000 at this particular moment, right? Based on the current price action, we are far and above this particular trading range. So I'm not really sure. So this is one of the reasons I'm saying it is a probability, but it's not yet confirmed. And just like I told you, right, I always have about 5 validation or confirmation reasons to believe that a certain probability is highly likely to sort of happen, if you know what I mean. So Jeff, please, be part of my YouTube channel and understand what I mean and how I mean it. Then you're not really going to look for reasons to argue with me, because I mean, we absolutely nailed this particular pump when the price was around 29,000. When everybody was expecting lower prices, we were like, the prices are going to continue going higher. So I do understand what I'm talking about, and I do have the evidence on my YouTube channel. So please just get the the reasons why I'm saying some certain probability could happen. So it is a probability. How likely it is at this particular moment, we can't really tell, because the price action hasn't done what we are expecting. So best believe, if we drop into this particular level between if you see the price trading between 30,000 to around 36, 34,000, just know 20,000 BTC, 20 to 24,000. It could maybe just go to 24,000 or 23,500, but I'm looking at this range. 20,000 and 24,000 BTC is a possibility. If, Jeff, listen to me, if there's a big if, okay? If BTC trades between 29,000 and 36,000. If you see the price go to 36,000, just know lower prices are coming. So Jeff, I really hope I clarified. I got to clarify your statement. Okay. So Jeff says Tony Black says if BTC goes to 24K, Alice could possibly go to $3. Yep, $3, even lower. Everything is going to go super crazy cheap. Everything is going to end up correcting. If BTC goes, hypothetically speaking, to 24,000, best believe your favorite alternative cryptocurrencies are going to drop like crazy. So this is one of the reasons why I'm always going back into USD Tether, and I'm only using 25% of my portfolio to like sneak in and out of the trades. Yeah, what else? How do you know that Bitcoin is going to 20 to 24K? Come on, guys. I have just explained this. Stop kidding me, man. I've just explained this. I've been explaining this for the past 1 month. Be part of my YouTube channel and you know, subscribe, watch my videos on a daily basis, then you guys are going to understand, and you're going to understand these things better, because a lot of you don't really understand how the market works. This is one of the reasons why you're always facing or having trouble, because you do not understand how it works. Let's say, for example, you're trying to drive a car, right? No, not an automatic car, but you know, a mechanic, is it mechanic version of the whatever transmission. You need to understand how the brake and the clutch works and how everything synchronizes all together. But the thing about you guys is you are investing like a whole lot of money, but you do not understand how the market works. That's the biggest problem that you are having, and you are thinking that the prices are just being generated randomly. Okay, these, you know, support levels and resistance levels are not random. They are not random. It's not like a well is getting to like you know, randomly select certain things to happen, and everything, the whole entire market sort of bends its will to accustom to the well's preferences, if I can put it that way. No, there's actually a formula to this madness. There's certain functionalities and certain procedures that the markets follow. So you guys always talk about, you know, manipulation this, manipulation that. It's not really manipulation. It is just a way that the market works, and once you begin to understand how the market works, you're going to be easily able to, you know, see the plot, if I can put it that way, because we've been doing this for the past 3 months. We've got the records. Even 2 days ago, just go back to my video 2 days ago, watch yesterday's videos, and you guys are going to know that we understand how the markets basically move, and at least we've got a clue of the probabilities, the highest probabilities. Oh yeah, do you have any other questions? Andre says 33,000 USD waiting for BTC. So yeah, 33,000 is a possibility as well. But first of all, before we even think about 20, 24,000, 33,000, right? We have to worry about, excuse me, we have to worry about this particular level. Hold on. Let me just zoom everything. We need to worry about these levels before we really get excited about 20k and 24, right? Or even 33, right? We need to worry about these levels. So let me just erase all this. Hold on, guys, hold on. So tell me, are you safe in the markets? Are you panicking? What's your story? What's your story? Let me know how you avoided this particular bloodbath. So we've got support level 1, and we also have support level here, because as you can see, this doji candle right over here, it's very significant, very, very significant. This is one of the reasons why I absolutely love doji candles. If you look at this you know, bounce that we had, it's coming from this doji candle right over here, you know, especially on the 3 day. So if we flip over to the 1 day time frame and we go back, right, it is easy for us to like recognize our levels of support. So we also have another support right over here, because these candles kind of, you know, are giving us a heads up. So before we even think about 30,000, 24,000, 20k, right, we still have a lot of lines of defense, just like in a battle, right? Let's say, for example, country A is fighting with country C, and then around country A's territory, right, there are lines, or rather battle lines, where, you know, soldiers are holding the position, and they've got ammunition, they've got, you know, their armor, and they've got, you know, rejuvenating facilities, if you know what I mean. So before you can proceed in the territory, in your enemy's territory, right, you need to clear all their lines of defense. Okay, so before we go to the 20-24k type of area, we've got a lot of trouble as far as getting to break these lines of defense, because these lines of defense are very important. And this is one of the reasons why I'm telling you that if That's a big if. That's a 40% probability. If the price, Jeff, listen, if the price goes below the last line of defense as far as support is concerned, if we go below 36,000 US dollars, okay, and if you really want to be very, very safe, right, if we even go below this area 34,200, if that happens, there is a 70% chance that the price is going to drop below this particular area of support, below 29k. And if the price drops below 29k, guess where the next area of value is? The next area of value is, right over here. We basically have like a huge gap, a humongous gap. Take a look at the the visible range. Take a look at these structures right over here. So let me flip over to the 1 hour and scroll down. Okay, it's kind of impossible to see. The 3-day gives us a better 1 day, hold on. Yeah, the 1 day gives us a better perspective. So if you take a look at this structure, right, this is 29,000, and look at the gaps here. Yeah, take a look at these gaps. Boom. If we sort of lose this particular structure, this whole structure right over here, we do not have any support system. There's basically a whole lot of different gaps, not much trading data. If we drop below 29,000, below these wicks, if we drop below 28,700, if we drop below 28,500, guess what? The prices are going to be sucked towards the downside. There's a gap. That's why I'm giving you 20 to 24,000, because I know this area of liquidity is going to attract the prices lower. So I'm not randomly telling you these figures. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, Precious says, is it safe to buy the dip now? Is the market safe to buy the dip, or should I hold on? Please tell me, when is it safe to buy this weekend? So watch, Precious, kindly watch the beginning of this live stream, because if I repeat, then I'll just become repetitive. So we've already discussed about this, but hold on and wait for my next live stream, because I'm going to be here on time. I'm going to look out for you guys, because I've always got like this amazing way of always popping up at the right time. If you've noticed the way that I do my live stream, I'm always here at the right time. I'm here to tell you when to buy and the markets always turn around, when to sell and the markets turn around. So best believe next time you see me, there is obviously going to be a tradable moment. So Precious, at this particular moment, hold on before you jump into any trades. Hold on a little bit, and wait for more confirmation. If there's going to be like a bullish turnaround, I'm going to be back, like lightning. I'm going to be supersonically fast, and I'll be back to give you the heads up. But you have to remember, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, so you are entirely responsible for all your trades, because I'm not going to be responsible for your losses. The reason why you come to my YouTube channel is just to get my perspective. However, my perspective is not final, because I am not a trading guru, okay? Because I also do make mistakes. So the last decision is entirely up to you. If you decide to follow along and just basically listen to my advice, that's good on you. But you have to remember that I am not going to be responsible for any profits or losses that you are going to encounter. Anyhow, that's all I had for you. It's been your boy Muna, aka your trading guru, who's not your trading guru, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm playing now. Yeah, so I'll talk to you a little bit later. Yesterday we did nail the trades, and I believe everybody who's watching me right now, if you happen to be my YouTube subscriber, I really believe that you are in USD Tether, because I did thoroughly and decisively tell you that you're supposed to be taking profits and you're supposed to be chilling in USD Tether. So the price is dropping down at these particular low levels. You should be super excited, super happy, because number one, the prices are lower, meaning you can get to make more profits. Number two, you saved yourself a whole lot of stress. In case you didn't do any of the two things that I mentioned, right? Well, subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on post notifications, and I'll keep you updated as soon as possible. So yeah, that's all I have for you. Have a great time, be blessed, and talk to you soon.